Hi guys, this is James Logan again, coming to you live from my office here at Lock Money Motor Sales. I told you I was going to come back to you and get with you on some ideals on what it would take to do business with Lock Monies and some good buying tips when it comes to buying a new vehicle. So today, one of the first things we're going to talk about in the buying process is the finance process. This is a process that according to Edmunds, 39 out of 51 people would rather know what they're going to buy or what they can buy before they go out and look for a car. This is something that we can take care of here at Lock Mondays for you, no problem. Like I said, almost 80% of all people that come to a dealership would rather know what they can buy before they start shopping for a vehicle. So this is something that we can definitely provide for you, no problem. What it does for you, what's the benefit to getting pre-approved for a vehicle before you go out and shop for one? For one, it helps you stay in a budget, which, let's face it, we're all on a budget nowadays. We got to make sure we can afford what we're buying. You know, you don't want to go out and look for a $300,000 house if you can afford a $100,000 house. It's the same kind of ideal in the car business. So we want to make sure your payment or your budget it stays in line with what you can afford. So it's something that you can keep you can have peace of mind that every month when that bill rolls around, hey, I have a budget in mind on how much money I can spend. What it also does for you, it gives you a better idea, it gives you a grasp on your credit. So, you know, if you have some bumps in the road, let's face it, we're in the Midwest, we're in manufacturing, a lot of people have had rough times through here. I totally understand that. But it gives you a good idea, like, okay, my rate's going to be 3%, or if my rate's going to be higher than that. In the state of Indiana, it can go all the way up to 24.9%. So there's a big swing from, you know, 2.5%, whatever it is, all the way up to 25%. So what the pre-approval process does, it gives us a better idea on interest rates. Also with terms, you have interest rates for a 36-month term, and you have interest rates for a 72-month term. And the longer you go, obviously it's going to lower your payment, but also you pay a little bit more for that money the longer term you go. But there's definitely a lot of different options when it comes to financing. And we can help you with that all the way around. So let me go over a credit application that Lock Monies would provide to you. This is your credit application here. So on the top portion here of this credit application, okay, there's a couple different lines. I know it's kind of hard to read on here, but you got your name, your address, your phone number, how long you've lived there at your address, and what your monthly budget is, or house payment or rent payment is, whoever you pay that to is going to be. So we're going to ask you a couple quick questions about your residence, how long you've been there. If you've been there less than 2 years, we're going to ask what your previous address is as well, and how long you were at that address, whether it's in state, out of state, right down the street, whatever it is. We need 2 years of of residence, so where you've lived for the last 2 years. Over on this side, it has your date of birth, your driver's license number, what state your driver's license was issued, your expiration date, and at the top of that we're going to ask you your social security number. This information stays at Lock Monies, it's confidential. It's not something that we don't share or data farm your info. So once you give it to us, it stays confidential. It goes into a finance office in which he keeps that under lock and key, so it's safe. And then down here we have your employer. So we're going to ask you where you work, how long you've worked there. We're going to verify your income, whether it's an hourly wage, if you're on piece rate. A lot of times if you can bring a pay stub with you, it really helps us with the process, so we can make sure that the banks know exactly how much you make. And if you've worked there less than 2 years, we're also going to ask for your previous employer's information. So if you've been at your job for 6 months or 2 months or a month or a week, we're going to need to know exactly where you worked at prior to that. The banks like to know kind of where you've been, what you've been doing, and that kind of thing. So these are some of the questions we're going to ask. If you have a co-buyer, a spouse, a friend, a relative, whatever it is, if you have a co-buyer, we're going to ask them the same questions we asked you, and at that point it would make it a joint account. So we're just going to ask you a couple questions. It's quick and easy. The whole process takes 10 minutes tops, and I get a response back from a lender very rapidly. So once again, my name's James Logan. I told you I was going to go over some tips with you during the car buying process. This is a tip that the more people I asked about, the more I understood how important the pre-approval process was. People don't like to shop for something they can't buy. So I'd love to help you with this. I can take the information online at lockmondaymotors.com. There's a little prompt up there that says finance. Just click on that. It'll take you to an application screen, or you're more than welcome to call in here and I'll do my best to take as much information as I can over the phone from you. So anyway, once again, my name is James Logan. You're going to reach me at 574-264-1174. My email is jlogan, J-L-O-G-A-N, at lockmondaymotors.com. Feel free to email me. Hope this answers a couple questions for you, and hope you get a better understanding of why it's important to get pre-approved. Not necessary. I'd be more than happy to show you cars before you do the pre-approval, but if you want to know exactly what you can afford, getting pre-approved is a good way of doing it. So, all right, guys, thanks a lot. Hope you have a great Friday, and I'll look forward to seeing you next time. Thank you.